Welcome to part 2 in this video series, how to avoid the 4 biggest and most costly mistakes that Australian business owners make when moving overseas. Hi, I'm Vina White, CEO and Managing Director of WealthSafe, the #1 Australian offshore tax specialist. In our last video, I explained why Australians who move overseas need a compliant and comprehensive plan right from the start. In today's video, we will cover the biggest and most costly mistake number 2, which is not understanding and obeying the correct residency laws before you make the move and how they affect you when moving overseas. Your residency status affects your global income. If you're classified as an Australian resident for tax purposes, you're liable to pay tax on your worldwide income and your Australian sourced income. If you are not an Australian resident for tax purposes, you only pay tax on Australian sourced income. Therefore, distinguishing between a resident and a non-resident is crucial in avoiding unexpected ATO penalties. Many business owners get caught up in myths and misinformation about what it means to sever ties properly with Australia. In my opinion, Australia has some of the best residency rules in place, but recent updates have tightened and become more complicated. So understanding these laws is crucial if you're considering moving overseas. Let's break down the several tests that the ATO uses to determine your tax residency status, which includes the 3 current rules. The first test is the resides test. This looks at where you physically live and your habits and customs. You will likely be considered a resident if you live in Australia and have significant ties in Australia. The domicile and permanent place of abode test. This test checks whether your permanent home remains in Australia even if you're living abroad. You could be classified as a resident if your permanent abode is still considered to be in Australia. The 183-day rule, if you spend more than 183 days in Australia in a tax year, you will generally be considered a resident. The ATO also examines your ties to Australia. They look at things like family, business and social connections. So even if you are living overseas, these ties can affect your residency status. Moving overseas can be exciting, but ensuring you comply with Australian tax law is essential. So plan wisely, sever ties properly, and ensure your non-resident status is clear and that you don't fall foul of making the 4 biggest and most costly mistakes. Of course, with all of these steps, getting the right advice from a professional who knows not only Australian but also international tax laws is imperative. If you're ready to take the next step, get on our website, email us or book your complimentary and personalised 30-minute complete wealth control tax strategy consultation with one of our specialists. You will walk away with valuable insights and complete clarity on your options moving forward. That's all for today, and I'll see you in the following video.